I don't know if he's in his prime. He's fat. He should be lean and mean. He's fat and funky. It's hard to even really be. He's not going to win. He can't even knock out Nick Diaz. Nick Diaz is 40 pounds. How's he going to knock me out?
Jake Paul and Mike Tyson have come face to face in a heated exchange, and it appears that things are getting intense between the two as Tyson relentlessly trains for his upcoming heavyweight bout. His progress is evident in every new training video. Each clip reveals an increasingly formidable version of the former world champion. The power and intensity of his punches in the latest footage have sparked concern beyond just Jake Paul's camp. Fans are also worried about the safety. In recent months, Tyson has introduced the boxing community to the structure of his powerful training videos. They showcase his strengths with tightly edited, brief power spurts. Rafael Cordo, Tyson's coach, finds himself on the receiving end of these viral beatings, enduring the full brunt of Tyson's punches. It's the last blow in the latest video that really shakes Cordo, prompting some fans to express worry about his well-being. One fan said, "Coach, are you okay? Mike Tyson doesn't miss a beat. Lightning speed. You all are an amazing team." Another added, "Good luck to his opponent. I hope he's ready, because Tyson is a killer when the time comes." This feels like a man who had to go back to who he really is. And all I can say is watch out, Jake. It might be lights out fast if he can survive the first round. He might have a chance, as Mike is in his late 50s. But I doubt it will last. Tyson will be on a mission. Hailing from Brazil, Rafael Cordo's roots are deeply embedded in the world of mixed martial arts, renowned for sculpting UFC titans like Anderson Silva and Mauricio Rua. He clinched the coveted MMA Coach of the Year accolades in both 2012 and 2016. Additionally, Cordo boasts a remarkable legacy as a three-crown Brazilian weight champion, showcasing his prowess both in and out of the ring. As he integrates his mixed martial arts insights into Tyson's training regimen, it's evident he's unaccustomed to enduring blows of the magnitude delivered by Iron Mike. Meanwhile, reacting to skeptics of this impending spectacle, another boxing luminary, Tyson Fury, shared his perspective. Fury is doubtful of those who criticize the fight, arguing that it should be an overall enjoyable experience for everyone involved. Talking about people criticizing the Jake Paul vs. Mike Tyson fight, Tyson Fury mentioned that it was only the jealous fighters, particularly those who weren't earning money or enjoying personal success, who were critical of this event. He pointed out that these negative individuals who had nothing to gain from the fight were the ones expressing their jealousy. However, Fury expressed his own positive view, stating that he thought it was a fantastic fight that would generate a lot of money.
Only fighters.
What's that?
Only fighters who are not paid and not getting laid. So they're the fighters who are jealous. People, negative people who are not making any money and are not set to gain anything from this fight, between Jake Paul and Mike Tyson. I think it's fantastic. I think this creating a lot of money. One for Texas, selling out all them tickets. And that means drinks, alcohol, food and beverage, everything for the local area. Big influx in dollars being spent in the local area.
Fury highlighted the immense economic boom the marquee event would bring to Arlington, Texas, projecting significant revenue from ticket sales, food and beverage purchases, along with substantial influencer spending in the local area. Additionally, the British boxing icon acknowledged the advantageous impact the fight would have on both Mike Tyson's and Jake Paul's camps. Moreover, Fury added that both Mike Tyson's team and Jake Paul's team were benefiting from the fight, with many people being supported financially and rents being paid. He expressed confusion over the negativity surrounding the event, stating that he was thrilled about it and looking forward to seeing the legendary Mike Tyson back in the ring in his era, which he found fantastic.
And then you got, obviously, all of Mike's teams are being fed and all of Jake's teams being fed out of it. So there's a lot of mouths being fed, a lot of people's rents are being paid. So I don't know what's to be negative about it. I'm over the moon for it. Looking forward to it.
You'll be watching.
I get to see the legend in Mike Tyson back in the ring in my era. Fantastic. I already saw one him against Roy Jones. It was fantastic. So I get to see him again live and exclusive as an adult. What a treat.
Tyson Fury makes a valid point. The fight between Paul and Tyson has a lot of potential benefits, but there are also certain hazards to be aware of. The focal point of discussion revolving around the Paul-Tyson bout centers on the staggering 30-year age contrast. At 27, Paul stands considerably younger than his counterpart Tyson, who clocks in at 57. This glaring age gap has stirred curiosity among fans and analysts alike, questioning the fairness of the match. Furthermore, pundits caution Tyson to tread carefully, considering the potential peril his age and inherent vulnerabilities pose. Dr. Stephen Hughes, a seasoned lecturer in medicine at Anglia-Ruskin University, shed light on the looming risks of brain damage confronting Tyson. He elucidated that the formidable forces Tyson might encounter could precipitate the rupture of cerebral blood vessels. This latent concern would be further compounded by the advanced age of the boxing league's participants and their past struggles with alcoholism. Hughes explained keeping fit protects against cardiovascular disease, and Tyson's exercise regime will benefit him greatly. However, the temptation to overdo it in the gym is always there. Extreme exercise can lead to cardiac fibrosis, scarring of the heart muscles, which over time may lead to heart failure or sometimes sudden passing. Worries over Tyson sustaining an injury are valid, yet he def the norm for a 57-year-old. Tyson stands as a titan in boxing history, boasting unparalleled success and expertise with an impressive record of 50 wins and 6 losses. The former undisputed heavyweight world champion undoubtedly approaches every match with meticulous preparation. Jake Paul, boasting a formidable 9-1 record, approaches this match with utmost seriousness. His transition from social media luminary to a contender in the ring is a captivating narrative, earning recognition even from the likes of Tyson Fury for his remarkable evolution. Fury further remarked that Jake Paul and his brother Logan had done fantastically well for themselves, acknowledging their accomplishments despite his rivalry with them due to Tommy Fury. He noted that he had to be honest about his perspective, praising Jake and Logan for their journey from being young kids to becoming multi-millionaires, YouTubers, wrestlers, and boxers.
You got like Jake Paul, him and his brother have done fantastic. You know, I know we've got a rivalry going on with Tommy and that, but I got to speak how I see it. Jake and Logan have done absolutely fantastic for themselves, from becoming like young kids to be multi-millionaires and YouTubers and wrestlers and boxers and everything else and entertaining. So I know they've got a lot of haters and stuff. However, I'm not one of them. I'm a fan and I support it. I support people going in and making lots of millions of dollars out.
Renowned UFC trainer Tim Welch argues that spectators are dumb for counting out legendary Mike Tyson ahead of his fight with Jake Paul. Analyzing the impending boxing bout on his YouTube platform, Tim Welch contended that overlooking Mike Tyson's potential to astonish the world would be nothing short of foolishness. Despite his age of 57 and a hiatus from fighting since 2020, he said, "Do I think that Mike Tyson has a chance? Absolutely, it's Mike Tyson. He's the true freak of nature, and the rule set favors him." Notably, the battle will take place over 8 2-minute rounds using 40-ounce gloves and no headgear. The winner will have their professional records affected. Welch added that Tyson is an incredibly intimidating individual, one of the scariest people one could ever encounter. He acknowledged that Tyson might not be as ferocious as he once was, but emphasized that it was still Mike Tyson, implying that underestimating him would be foolish. Welch added, "Mike Tyson is a scary human being, one of the scariest human beings that you'll ever see. I don't think he's going to be the same ferocious dog that he used to be, obviously, but it is still Mike Tyson. To say he doesn't have a chance, you got to be dumb, but the chances are not that high just because of the age." Welch, who corners UFC bantamweight champion Shawley, said Tyson will be most lethal in the first few rounds of the fight, but he worries about how soon his knockout power will fade. He explained, "I think early on he's going to be scary. He's going to come out there and be able to throw some power. But I bet you he can't train that hard, especially if he's not able to use that special sauce." Moreover, Welch noted that Tyson had mentioned at the press conference how sore he was and expressed a wish that he was joking about it. In contrast, Welch pointed out that Jake Paul was in the prime of his life. Welch added, "Even at 57 years old, your testosterone cannot be that high, especially the lifestyle Tyson has had. He's got to be beat down." He spoke at the press conference about how sore he is, and he wishes he was joking, whereas Jake Paul is in the prime of his life. Moreover, Welch thinks that neither fighter will win by highlight reel knockout, even though Jake Paul still has the physical advantages in this fight. Welch speculated that Jake probably wanted to put on some size, particularly around his neck, to better withstand Mike Tyson's power. He said, "Rumor is Jake Paul's walking around at 230. He's a big kid. He's probably wanted to put on a little bit of size on his neck so he can take Mike Tyson's power." I know all the old school guys are going to be like, "Are you kidding me? Mike Tyson's going to kill Jake Paul." But it's like, dude, we're creeping up on 60 years old. However, Welch believes that the social media celebrity will prevail on points in the end because he doesn't think Jake Paul can defeat the great boxing champion. Welch said he believed that Jake Paul would be able to stay composed, use his reach, and maintain enough speed and endurance to win by decision. He doubted that Jake would knock Tyson out. Welch said, "I think Jake Paul's going to stay tight enough and be long enough and be quick enough and be able to pace himself to get the job done by decision. I don't think Jake's going to knock him out. His head's too big, his neck's too big. I mean, I don't want to say never, but I think Jake Paul is going to win a decision." Nearly 8 out of every 10 individuals within the fighting community express a palpable disdain towards the impending clash between Tyson and Paul, adding to the chorus of disapproval. UFC lightweight contender Renato Mono has taken aim at Netflix for their promotion of the bout. highlighting the significant 30-year age chasm between the two fighters after winning the UFC Fight Pass Invitational 7. Moyano angrily criticized Netflix during the post-fight news conference and denounced the gimmick event. He said, "I think that's crazy, making no sense, but shame on Netflix to promote that they don't have morals." The Brazilian was asked by a journalist if he was prepared for the kind of million-dollar boxing match that was going to take place. Mono expressed strong criticism towards boxing, deeming it dull. While opinions on this matter may vary, the MMA fighter's assessment of Tyson versus Paul was astute, condemning Netflix's greed in the process. Now, if there was a script for the Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul promotion, it was flipped on Thursday. At last, the fighters removed their gloves, metaphorically that is, and began trading jabs rather than grins, 3 days following a lively confrontation, hinting at suspicions of a stage bout. The atmosphere shifted markedly with tension and disagreement as Tyson and Paul took the stage for a press briefing in Arlington, Texas, in contrast to the vibrant atmosphere of New York, where the kickoff press conference took place on Monday. The audience played a defining role as they greeted Paul with a chorus of boos and erupted into explicit chants directed at him.